What's going on, everybody? I got to make sure I don't get that on the new mic here.
Yeah, I just put it all over mine.
Look at this. The Joe, call me Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Getting the brand new Shure mic in. You're listening to Cold One Conversations. We got to get the polars. It's polar season out.
The can's matching the hoodie.
Yeah, you're back to the can?
Cans, yeah, I'm back to the can. It's matching the hoodie. Yeah, I'm off the bottle. I had to bring it back to the original.
There we go. That's the way we do it here. We
I had
do
to
it.
crack it.
OS for life here at the Cold One Conversations podcast. I am Brendan Petrilli. My co-host there is Harold Hoops, a.k.a. Harry the Wizard, Harold the Wizard. But you're here to get everything in the world of NFL picks. We're red hot throughout the whole season, Harold. I mean,
that's right, dude.
We've been
nonstop.
You'd have your down week here or there, but we're pumping it out. Sorry, the past couple weeks have been a little off. Harry's been carrying the load for us, but been a busy couple weeks. Make sure you go check out my podcast at BSP Podcast too, if you want a little bit more in-depth of Philadelphia sports. As you can tell, aka the Super Bowl 2017 champs right here, making the look at another one. Get those 2 rings in. Those 2 rings.
Look, dude, and the thing that's bad for me, dude, and I'm pleasure to be back on this stage with my co-host Brendan Petrilli, the man, the myth, the legend, aka Big Sexy. You'll never see a body like that a day in your life except on this podcast. But the point being is, dude, you're making me feel uncomfortable right now, because if you get a chance to get a second ring, I don't get to shut any Philly fans up anymore. That's always, at the end of the day, my go-to line whenever I talk to my Eagles fans is I go, who's got 2 rings? I might not be able to do that in a couple weeks anymore, or about a month, but still, dude. I mean, we're going to jump into that. First of all, this has just been an absolutely crazy NFL season. We're going to talk Ravens. We're going to talk Eagles. We're going to talk Cincinnati. We're going to talk a lot of AFC North. We're going to talk a little NFC East as well. But dude, I mean, this past Sunday, kind of some unbelievable games that went on. Detroit, obviously, as we were talking pre-show, blowing, Jacksonville out of the water. Green Bay, fortunately, did not cut. Well, unfortunately, they didn't cover. They had me scared the entire time. I live bet them. They didn't cover. And yeah, dude, no, it was a bad day, bet wise for me this past week. But dude, I kind of want to get into it. The first thing I want to jump into before we talk about my Ravens is let's talk about the biggest news in our world. We have a big announcement for our viewers and fans. You're looking at the next 2 co-stars of Pick'em.
Yeah.
You're looking at the next 2 co-stars of Pick'em.
Sliding right in there.
RIP, the man of honor. Hey, what do we know? We abide by Paulie Gualtieri, aka the Sopranos code of honor. He's out. He's done. I want to ask you, dude. I'm sure that you watched Pick'em.
We'll miss the smile.
Where's he going? Apparently, he's doing
it.
They didn't say. He didn't either. But he just off. He took all of his bios out. That he's like,
he's going to a competitor. I was watching they did like a show last night.
Yep.
Late last night, and I was watching a little bit. Didn't get to watch the whole thing, but they're saying he's going to a competitor. So they're like, well, see you. Like,
apparently he's doing like a 3-hour gambling show, like a radio show. That's what they said on Pick'em today.
Oh, really?
That he's doing like a 3-hour people. Like, that was so hilarious was Big Cat was like, let's not they're not Goomba. If people are spending money, that's not good. By the way, I love nobody's a bigger Big Cat fan than you, but dude, I saw that photo that him and PFT just posted with their guy that they were interviewing for Part of My Take. Big Cat is a big guy.
He goes up and down in weight, dude.
He's a big but dude, that green shirt is not doing him any favors. And Big Cat, listen, you can come at me. I want the publicity, baby. But you got to get rid of that green shirt. That ain't LL Bean, dog.
That's assault.
You got to get something else.
It's assault.
It's assault. All right, let's jump into it. Let's start with the injury report of the NFL year. And before we talk about my birds, we talk about Lamar. Let's get it out of the way. Jimmy G's out for the season, dude. He's done.
Well, they were saying that he might be back maybe the Super Bowl because he didn't it wasn't the Liz Frank injury, but what's that really going to do? They're not getting to the Super Bowl anyway without him.
So that's the exact question. What does San Francisco do now? Is it shot down the drain? I mean, you got a lot of people now to pay, dude. You got a lot of people to keep happy.
I mean, you see, they're trying to stir up some 2017 Eagles vibes. They're giving Brock Purdy,
Yes.
BCB, Big Cock Brock. George Kittle is tweeting that out there, trying to get a little bit buzz going for that, trying to draw up some BDN magic there, having the backup come in and try to lead you to a Super Bowl. I just don't see it happening. I mean, that was crazy as it was. I lived it, but you just can't bank on that. This team has so much talent that maybe, just maybe, they can make it work. But when it comes down to it, teams are going to make mistakes, and it's going to kill them at the end of the day.
NFL.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that what's hard is that they were going for it, though, this year. Yeah. They found out after Trey went down how well everyone was connecting with Jimmy, how bad the team wanted Jimmy. They're like, okay, we got some magic here. And then they were like, okay, we're going to go out and try to win the whole deal by getting McCaffrey. And we've seen that there's been hiccups along the way. Listen, it's the NFL. A phrase that I live by, that Harold the Wizard lives by, is anybody can have a good week. Anybody can have a good day. San Fran's gotten tripped up at times. But, they go on. They beat Tua, obviously, this past week, who's arguably right now top 5 quarterback, arguably in that MVP conversation, right? A great quarterback right now, looking to strive to get, a massive contract, hopefully maybe this offseason or the next. And the question, is now as a 49er fan is like, what do you do for the next few weeks? It's painful because that you were right there technically. And without your star guy that, Jimmy's not a star guy per se, but he's a glue guy. He's a guy that elevates everyone. He is, honestly, Jimmy G is the starting Nick Foles. That's who he is.
Yeah, I mean,
the guys on the guys, obviously the guys played the same way with Wentz that season that they played with Nick. But the question was going into that offseason, who's going to be the starter? Is it the guy that won the Super Bowl or the guy that helped you get there? And all those guys loved Nick Foles. I think it's just a huge setback for the 49ers. Do I think they'll be back next year? Yeah, but I think it totally knocks them out. I think it makes the NFC such an easy ride for the Eagles, in all honesty. I mean, that was really the only team that kind of had the main firepower to maybe scare you a little bit. And now they don't have their QB.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a stat line here, 25 for 37, 210, 2 touchdowns and an INT. That's pretty much where he's going to be at. I mean, that's kind of a lot more than I thought they'd make him throw the ball. But him being there the whole season, kind of, Jimmy G wasn't giving you much more than that either.
Yeah.
So if he can do that for you, maybe take the interception away and just give you, 210, a little bit more than that, passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and give the ball to McCaffrey. That'll be a good.
It'll be a good day. Be a good day.
Way for them to win football games. That's kind of what they've been doing with Jimmy G anyway.
Sure.
So Shanahan's a good head coach as it is. They're done. They're
done.
Let's move to the next big injury.
Harold. Yeah, dude. It's bad.
That's your boy. This is a big
1 to 3 weeks.
People really haven't been talking about it that much, I don't think. At least not the semantics, how much bigger this injury could really be where it comes to the Ravens and his relationship, whether they're playoff hopeful, whether he wants to play, whether or he's just going to hold out the rest of the season, go to free agency, either get the tag or go, and Ravens say, go ahead, get your money somewhere else. I mean, what does this mean?
You bring up a lot of great points. They might not be talking about it nationally, but I'll tell you something, dude, on local Baltimore, sports talk, that's all they're talking about, in the streets of Maryland. That's all we're talking about. And the Harold, the Wizards bringing, everybody at my gym, the knowledge of what's actually going to happen. And what I'm going to say is, I mean, listen, I'm happy that my current to be hopefully franchise quarterback. I'm glad that he didn't sustain a season-ending injury. He's out for 1 to 3 weeks. Huntley's obviously going to be the starter for this week. Huntley has been with the team for the past 3 years. I trust in Huntley as a number 2. Is he the number 2 that Tyrod Taylor was for so many years for the Baltimore Ravens? Absolutely not. But is he a strong number 2 in the way that he adapts to the offense? Absolutely he is. The past 3 weeks since the addition of Roquan Smith, I think that you would agree with me, Trilly, that the nature of the contract coming up for Lamar Jackson has completely changed because the offense has completely regressed and the offense rolls through our quarterback. And yes, I would agree that last week was a pure indication of bad coaching. There's no question about it. I think that Greg Roman truly is not going to be on this coaching staff next season. I think that the rumors of him going to Stanford are true. And I don't think that he'll last there more than a season either. I think that he'll have 1 to 2 good years and then he'll be out. He's not going to be a 4-year guy. I don't believe it. What I do think now is that the number one person who I think is the most nervous about Lamar's future going forward is not me. It's not any other fan. It's not Mark Andrews. It's not Roquan Smith. It's not Humphrey. It's not Steve Buscemi.
John Harbaugh.
It's John Harbaugh. Because John Harbaugh's destiny right now is paired with Lamar Jackson's destiny. Because John Harbaugh has now designed for the past 4 years this Ravens team around one specific guy, Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson hasn't gone out and gotten a real agent. He has his mom as his agent. Listen, I'm close with my mom. I can't deny that I want my mom at my back. But in a business situation, I want an expert, right? He hasn't gone out and, done the things that a quarterback should do in the face of adversity, like not send out a tweet to a fan, right? Wrote a tweet that Steve Buscemi is going to be able to put into his face every time they meet at the table. He hasn't thrown a touchdown pass to the second best tight end in the league right now in a football calendar month. So I'm dragging out these points, but what my argument that I'm making right now is that you're in a position right now, Lamar, that you might not be a Baltimore Raven if you don't want a deal on the table. Because at the end of the day, Steve Buscemi has owned this team for a little over 20 years. And in 20 years, he got 2 rings. The Baltimore Ravens expect you to perform at a high level. We're talking about the greatest linebacker, inside linebacker all time, Ray Lewis, played here. You're talking about the greatest kicker of all time, Justin Tucker, played here. You're talking about one of the GOATs, Joey Flack, played here. So you have a level that you're expected to play at. And do I believe that you have earned a certain amount of money? Yes, I do. But what I do think is that Huntley's proven. Do I think he's a 17-week guy? No. But I think he can get us through 10 to 12 weeks. I think that he's a guy that relies well in our offense,
Yeah.
And what I think that's not good is that if Lamar doesn't come to play, he's going to Houston because he's going to bring the same bag that Deshaun brought. And they're the only team, we were talking about this 2 days ago, they're the only team that's got the draft capital that's looking to deal for a quarterback. I believe that Detroit's going to give Goff another contract, and I believe that that Seattle's going to give Geno another contract. And
why would Houston trade their guy away just to trade all those assets back for another QB though?
Because I think a thing that a lot of people forget is that at the end of the day, there's one thing that comes before winning championships in football. And it's the same thing that's in every business, and that's making money.
Yeah.
And teams that don't have a real outlook at winning need franchise guys that bring people in the stands from out of state, that sell jerseys, that get TV deals, that make you relevant. Lamar Jackson made the Ravens relevant again after we had become just a mush team for about 3 years running. He got us relevant again. Everyone was talking about us. Back to back, over 1,000 rushing yard seasons. MVP of the league. Breakout star. Michael Vick 5.0. He can do that for any team. And every team knows that. Every failing franchise who's not making money knows that this guy brings that in. And so what I will say is I truly believe that Lamar most likely will be a Baltimore Raven. But it's up to him. The organization wants him. My question that I would pose to you, I think that I've sort of answered the question. I want to know from your perspective as not being a fan, why has my offense digressed so much? Because we didn't have Edwards or Dobbins at the beginning of the season, and now we got Edwards back, and we're doing worse.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. When Huntley's got the most carries, your quarterback has the most at 10.
Yep.
That's a problem. Let alone if it's Lamar, well, you can get away with it. But, your backup QB, you're putting him in harm's way like that. I mean, that's insane to me. Kenyon Drake, only 7. Edwards, 6. Duvernay had 2 at the wide receiver spot. Why? Your identity was running the football.
Yes.
That's what it was for the past, couple years. You can't do it anymore. Why? No. Why not, Harry? I mean,
It makes no sense, especially with the addition of our offensive line this year, right? I mean, we were becoming an aired out team those first 7 weeks, putting up plus 25 game points. And then we just had this reset. I mean, dude, like we talked about it second week of our show. Ravens go out scoring a plus 40 game against Miami at home. Who the hell team am I? Did I just switch with Kansas City? When did my team become Kansas City? Airing it out. Now we can't score more than 20 points until the fourth quarter. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know.
Denver's got a good defense, but come on now. Like, to have to sweat it out.
No, it's not even close.
Yeah.
I expect that type of game if I'm playing the Eagles, if I'm playing Dallas, if I'm playing, the Bills when Von Miller was there. Not that. I mean, I don't get it, dude. I think we're in a really bad spot. AFC North is wide open. Joe Burrow is back fully on his game. We need to win this Sunday. We need to beat the Steelers. We need to stay ahead in our division because the Bengals have a loss to. So if we solidify this win, I'm out. If we solidify this moment, that can help our playoff chances. But the way I talk about an AFC North gritty, and it can be anybody's game. And Steelers are minus 1.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's telling you the faith that they think in Huntley. And that's especially telling you the faith that they think in our coaching staff. Our coaching staff right now is abysmal.
We'll get to that line in a little bit here, a little further into the show. But, yeah, no, I agree with you. Just the complete difference of the offense and defense, the way they both flipped is insane. Normally,
it's ridiculous.
You were thinking we could be an undefeated team if it wasn't for our defense. All right, you got the defense now. Your offense can't score jack.
Complete 180.
It's wild, dude. Now with that, you had Lamar in that top 5 QB ranking of yours, the famous Harry Heaps top 5 QB rankings. You had him in there for a while.
Let me give you my line. Lamar's stock looks like the 2008 housing market crash. So that should show you where the top 5 is. Okay, drum roll as always. Here we go. Going into week 14, the top 5 QBs in the National Football League. It should be no question at number 1, far and above. Hurts. Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia kid, the Philadelphia Eagle, under center behind Jason Kelly. We all know why. Listen, just to jump on something real quick, we're going to get into the Eagles game. The Eagles were put in a position where he had to throw the football more than he should have, and he stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid stepped up. If we look at the stats of this game, I had it pulled up. I think that he threw for over 30 balls and he only missed 10 throws. It was ridiculous, dude. I think he might have went
380 passing yards.
The kid is just ridiculous. He's an absolute man. Mama, there goes that man. Jalen Hurts at number 1. Number 2, Josh Allen. He's still there. He's picking it up. We're gonna have an interesting spot at number 3. But yeah, Josh Allen, he's still got to be it too. But he's not close to Hurts right now. No way, Jose. I'm gonna hit the little laptop on the do not disturb. Number 3, a newcomer, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, dude.
Wow.
Don't give him a contract, and now this guy stepped. Only other real team in the NFC right now, and Kirk is playing arguably his best year of football. Season when they beat the Saints at the end. Number 4, got to give it to him. Complete 180 from the beginning of the season. Joey Burr. Joey Burr's back. He's back, baby. He's slinging it. He's shown his diversity of play. If Chase is out, he knows how to open up that run game, get that defense off. When Chase is in, what's his name? Why am I forgetting the tight end who's like a makeshift wide receiver? Yeah, him, but T. Higgs. Dude, they got a sensational connection as well. It's ridiculous. Point being, Joey Burrow's back. And then number 5, listen, I think it's without a doubt. It's the number 5 quarterback in the league. That's Tyler Huntley. I mean, come on, he's number 2. He comes onto the field, leads the Ravens to a 10-9 win. No. In all honesty, dude, I don't know who to put at 5. I think it's a revolving door, right? Is it Tom?
Patty. You didn't say Patty.
I don't feel that he should be on there right now.
Wow. All right.
I mean, is he going to be back? Yes, but dude, you just lost to the Bengals again. I mean, they got your number. Like you're supposed to be. If I'm going to say that you're separating from the pack, you got to win week in and week out. Because I said 2 weeks ago that you had completely separated from Allen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give it to him. Five is Patrick Mahomes right now, but at the same time, Geno Smith could be there. Tom could be there, even though it was a nasty game. Tom could be there. Tom, I got to give him respect. Hey, that's what men of honor do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the top 5 rundown. Number 1, Hurts. Number 2, Allen. Number 3, Cousins. Number 4, Joey Burr. Number 5, Tyler Huntley. In reality, Patrick Mahomes. Book it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the interaction is. Let us know.
Barring major injury, Jalen Hurts is without a doubt winning the MVP.
And I like that. Let's transition that now.
Let's
here,
do
right?
it.
We were talking about those 380 passing yards by Jalen Hurts.
Dude.
What did he do week? What did he do the week before against Green Bay Packers? Oh, he just ran for 150 yards.
Hunter.
What did he do this week? Oh, he's a running, going into this offseason, you wanted to see him be able to become a passer. You had A.J. Brown to the mix. You got Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert's been out for a couple weeks. This is the A.J. Brown revenge game. Comes out on fire. Jalen Hurts gets his guy the ball, and they absolutely dominated. They got the GM fired because that's how much they balled out on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans were a good football team. They still are. 7-5. They're top of the division over there in the AFC South. It's a weak division, but they've gone and they hung with the Chiefs in overtime. Played well against the Bengals. They're a good team in the AFC, and the Eagles made them look like nobodies. Absolute nobodies. They hung it on them. They kept trying to play man on man. The Eagles have guys that can just absolutely burn you on any side of the ball playing man. They went to zone. The Eagles ran the ball on them. This team can beat you in so many ways. They have no identity, is what the Eagles do. Normally, it's a bad thing to say that.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
But for them to come out and rush for 380 yards the week before, come back the next week, you only rushed for less than 80, I believe it was, and throw for 380. To be able to beat you in so many different ways, to play defense, to have 5 sacks on the defensive line. Their team's filthy. They're stacked everywhere. They're getting guys back healthy. Avonte Maddox is coming back. Jordan Davis is back. They've been slowing him in. You got Sue. You got Joseph to go with that stacked line, and Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat. I mean, Sweat, he's giving you the off the eyebrow there. What a great move for a sack.
Tremendous.
He had 3 on the day. And I didn't even get the Brandon Graham, the captain, Brandon Graham, and Hassan Reddick. I go on and on about this team, Harry, but I want to hear a little bit from you. Go subscribe to the BSP podcast if you want more in-depth, because I try to keep it light here on the Philly talk a little bit, because I can go on and on.
It never works out, but, listen, no, let's talk about it, dude. I mean, you never, in my opinion, you never want your quarterback throwing more than, 32, 33 times.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts throws 39 times, and he goes 29 for 39, throwing for 380 passing yards. And I'm going to just make one point here. A.J. Brown was the best move since making Nick Foles the starter for the Eagles, okay? Like, this guy is an absolute menace. He's a beast. I mean, we knew that he was good when he was amazing in Philadelphia. I mean, he's just got the way that him and Hurts play together, dude. It's like it's kind of like that Tom Edelman connection a little bit. I mean, it's kind of uncanny.
Gronk, I would say more Gronk
or Gronk style. Yeah, I mean,
he plays like Gronk, bro. He bodies you up. He goes.
AJ knows where Hurts wants him to be when the play breaks down. He knows where he wants him to be, and he's there, dude.
And Jalen trusts him. He'll throw the ball out there. His second touchdown, he was covered. The guy, DB's all over him.
I saw that,
And Jalen hits the DB in the shoulder pad, and AJ catches it off the bounce and just snags it. Like, that's just trust.
What I think is going for Philly the most, dude, I'm just going to tell you this, is that you record in football, and still nobody's hyping you up. Nobody is outside of your fan base. And that is what you want. That is what you want. No one is giving you credit. No one is saying that you're good. No one is saying you've played real teams. No one in national media is saying that the Eagles are the definite front runners. And as an Eagle fan, in my opinion, that's what you want, because that means we get to continue to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
You guys have an mouths to shut up. And that there's no better feeling than that, dude. So as a fan, you got to take so much pride in that. But putting up 35 points on Tennessee, I mean, dude, shutting down Derrick Henry, holding him to 10. You make Tannehill look like the quarterback.
We didn't even have to talk about Tennessee at all. You don't. Like, that's how great that defense played. It was insane.
It's ridiculous.
Where we thought that, they were having a running problem, not able to stop the run, to hold one of the best running backs in the league to 30 yards. Hey, hats off to the boys. The way that they've been able to.
Hats off to the Gombarines. Absolutely.
Yeah. The way that I bitched about stuff, right? Philly fans have bitched about, the D line's getting gashed. We can't run the ball. We got to run the ball more. We can't throw the ball. AJ's fumbling it, this and that. And they've answered the question every single week moving forward. They hear this stuff and they have answered it, and it's been great to watch. Hopefully it keeps going. To your point about the media coverage, I think it's because of that team down in Texas that always gets the hype, and I'm okay with that. Go for it. Because guess what? When it comes to Christmas Eve, when they're in Philadelphia in 30-degree weather, we're going to absolutely come out and fucking stomp their shit in on primetime football on Christmas Eve. Oh, dude, wow. The internet
You
sucks.
tell me right here, right now, all day long. No questions asked. I'm there.
Yeah, well, we should go to the game. It would be a good time.
I would be totally down to go to that game. 10,000%. All right.
Tickets are going to be pretty pricey.
But they're going to be pricey. All right, let's end out our Eagles talk here. Let's give a little prelude to the rest of the season real quick. I know that we don't want to talk too much Eagles right here, but that's good to talk about. They're the best team in football right now. You go on the road this Sunday against New York. Big in-division talker. Does the cadence of the game worry you at all?
No, because the way Jalen Hurts handles himself, bro, it's Alabama. He
Roll Tide.
He sees all the rat poison. He sees all the doesn't get too high. He is just steady as a rock.
Yeah.
Sirianni's like that too. Nobody's talking Super Bowl. Nobody's talking farther than the next week.
They're just talking about getting the W.
Everybody's literally like asking post-game press conferences, pre-game press conferences about, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Hey, we just got to go 1-0 this next week. That's everybody.
Very Tom Brady, Bill Belichick like.
Yeah, and I like it. I like the way this team's going. We were talking about Nick Sirianni a little bit before we hopped on here. And man, oh man, that guy, nobody's talking about him as a head coach. You know? Nobody's talking about him. And he's got the best team in football. Yeah. Nobody cares. It's wild.
It's crazy. Okay. Let's hop off the Eagles. Let's go to the next game. Let's talk about it. I said it. He's at number 4. Bengals win 27-24 at home against KC, against the wizard who taught me how to be a wizard, Patrick Mahomes. He's my Gandalf Dumbledore. And he's giving me, the spells. What is it about Cincinnati that gives them the ability to get one over on the Chiefs? I mean, dude, they got this team's number now. I mean, Joe Burrow knows how to beat
3 in a
Patrick
year,
Mahomes.
Calendar year.
Correct. Like that's a statement. What does that mean? Like what? Like does that mean that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback? No, but it does mean that he's got. It's like this is Joe Burrow possibly the Eli Manning to Tom Brady? Is Joe Burrow that to Patrick Mahomes?
He's better than Eli, number one. But it's what it
doesn't got rings yet. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. What it is a team that's been bad, real bad for a chunk of time now in Cincinnati has gone. They've got new, GMs,
new management.
Coaches. New management, got them in there, cleared out house. They went, evaluated the division, evaluated the AFC, and they saw what they had to do. They looked at the NFL and they said, we need a quarterback, number one. Obviously, that's the number one thing. But number two, you need wide receivers. They got three studs. You know,
they listened to their quarterback of who they wanted.
He's and like, their go boys get me Chase. They got Chase. QB. Yes, exactly. Yep. Those are the two biggest things for them. And then three, they got the secondary and they got the defensive line depth. That's what the Eagles have. That's what KC has. You need the secondary, the safeties, and Bates. You got Eli Apple, who's breaking out in his career now after he left the Big Apple. He's turning himself into a nice cornerback. And their D-line is deep. They got the guy from the Saints with no gloves, the white guy with no gloves, Hendricks. He's a good, real good.
Dude, he's a beast.
Yeah, right?
And he's got so much swag. He's always wearing a long sleeve. It could be 105 out there, and that dog is still playing in a long sleeve.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't care.
But that's no gloves, his deal.
No glove. Dude, when I see NFL players today wear no gloves, what that says to me is that if they weren't in the NFL, they would probably have killed somebody, because that's how much of a savage they are. They'd be like Special Force Marine style, going to like do stuff. That's what they'd be doing.
They work with their hands, you know. They
work with their hands.
You know, you take that guy's hand and it's got callus all over it.
What's the social media post? What? Yeah, no lotion. No, absolutely not. What's the social media post that always goes around of the quarterback? He got interviewed. He was like, "What would you be doing if you weren't playing in the NFL?" By like that woman reporter, and he's like, "Probably doing construction."
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, Blake Bortles. Yeah,
he's a goat.
Dude, that is the greatest. That's the greatest quote of all time. Working construction. Like, he's just straight up, my only IQ is football. Okay, let's move on.
What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Probably piss.
All right, let's hit a few more games here. Let's wrap it up. We got to talk about it. The creep is back. He's back in the league. He's back. Deshaun Watson. And the way that I summed up this game, Trilly, is all D, and I'm not talking about Deshaun. I mean, the Cleveland defense here and special teams stepped up in a massive way. They go on the road. They beat the hometown creep back in his old home. They beat this team 27. But Deshaun did not look good, dude, for basically 2 years worth of rest. Yeah. And listen, I get that different cadence. He's gotten real people coming after him, trying to hit him. But Cleveland paid a high price for this guy. I mean, not a good opening way to see that $260 million quarterback. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take some time. He wasn't able to practice OTAs, nothing with the team really up until the past couple of weeks. It's gonna take a while. Obviously, he hasn't played in 2 years. The guy knows how to play football. He just needs to get back into the flow of things, get the reps.
Correct.
I'm not afraid of the Browns any way of it moving forward, but after
defense
this
is
year,
still legit.
What? Yeah. After this year, though, this Browns team is gonna be wild.
Scary.
Yeah,
gonna be scary
with that defense, and then they may get him a wide receiver in there. They're gonna be really good.
And I promise you, they will land because of the way that things work out, and because of fucking how much this pisses me off to say. They are gonna get a veteran wide receiver before the Ravens do. I promise.
That'd be bad for you.
But that's how it goes, because we don't draft wide receivers since Anquan Bolden and Torrey Smith left the team. We don't do that anymore. All right, let's end it out. Last game, we'll hit a break. You know, we'll talk some predictions, then we'll get to the real meat, which is the bets. Let's talk about it, dude. That ugly win, primetime football. Bucks win at home, 17-16. Tom was incredibly, and look at that, we just got the timer. Tom on the sideline, dude. As I've always said, when Aaron goes to the sideline, he's complaining. When Tom goes to the sideline, he breaks the iPad. Dude, was he screaming. Yeah. Man, oh man.
Why did I leave Giselle for you guys?
That's what have you seen the rumors of his new girlfriend?
He's got a new girlfriend.
Apparently, dude.
I did not see that.
He's not only on the prowl, he's already getting locked up.
Jesus Christ.
No bachelor time for the man. I don't know. All right.
Quick.
What does this mean? I mean, dude, what a horrible season this is going to be. They might not make the playoffs.
They're going to win the division now.
They are going to win the division. Yes, but still, you know. I mean, how many more years is Tom going to play?
2. He might try to get to a different team after this.
That's what I think.
It's not going to be the Patriots, so he's not going back to New Orleans.
No, that's bullshit. He's never going back
there. All those rumors, I rudely got interrupted there. our little Tom Brady talk. You're listening to the BSP podcast. No, you're not. You're listening to Cold One Conversations here. We didn't crack them open. That's why I got messed up.
That's right.
But anyway, I'm Brendan.
I got mine ready.
Harry Heaps. Tom Brady talk there, right?
Yep.
Where we think he might go.
Where is he going?
He's not going to New England.
No.
I'm thinking he's going to the Bay Area where he's from, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. All they need is Tom Brady for 1 year. He goes there, wins a championship. Everything's around him there. All he's got to do is have his arm not fall off.
Where would he get drunker? There. Because that might want it for the team that he grew up watching.
Yeah.
That might be the one that makes him cry.
Yeah.
He always says, which one's my favorite? The next one, that his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how much that he's always wanted to play for San Francisco.
Yeah. If he lost that game on Monday night, he was going to go to the GM's office and be like, release me and let me go to San Fran right now. If they lost that game.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I definitely think that's possible. And
Tom Brady's the only guy in all of sports that probably could have done that.
And Tom Brady's also the only guy that can do it and not be wrong.
Yeah.
Year ring. Year one.
Yeah.
Year one.
Because that's all they're missing.
I couldn't even do that. Yeah. 100%. All right. We ready to go in? You want to do a few predictions and then we'll do some bets? Just talk about the week ahead. You want to go straight to bets? I don't care.
We'll go bets and we'll give the predictions as we move, through the bets, All
right. I like it.
What are you thinking first here?
Well, I like a few games that I'm not willing to bet, but I'm willing to talk about. But we'll start.
We got to hype this up a little bit here first. This is what the people are here for. They probably skipped through the first part, even though you should watch the whole video. We want the retention
rate. They're here
for
the unders.
What?
They're here for the overs.
The overs have been catching up to the unders lately. All right.
They have.
Big time. That's what we love to see. As we move forward throughout the season, more offense, more points, over. I'm getting my gobbler jacket
and
coming
in soon.
The
parlays have been right. Dude, the parlays that we've been making have been legitimate parlays.
Yeah.
Like legitimate.
Yeah. We've hit
15.
We've hit 3 on the year.
Yep.
We've been close almost every other week.
Almost every other time.
Where it went over.
Yep.
But other than that, we're red hot. We're rocking and rolling here. We're giving you our 4 best bets for that parlay. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brendan Petrilli. What's yours, Harry? I don't know what your got weird username.
At Harry Heaps _ and we're bringing you the best content. Listen, we're bringing you. I told you guys. Pick'em already contacted us. That's not information that we're making up. I mean, we told you from ride. You know what I'm saying?
Go again. The internet's terrible, dude.
There it is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There it is.
The internet's brutal.
Well, hey, hey, just because they're trying to hold us down, they don't understand that. Listen, and it's not that we're riders. It's because we ride. And we're here for that $100 million deal. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the unders, Trilly.
But as a rider, I would say, if I was a rider, I wouldn't say this. But since I'm not a rider anymore, our percentages are light years above what they got going on there at Pick'em. I mean, I'm hitting at 61%. Harry was at 75% for the longest time. We got to update the numbers there. He's probably back down to normal a little bit, but
yes,
we're red hot.
Extremely ahead, both of us, extremely ahead of the vacancy by the person who was holding it. That's all we're saying.
30% difference.
Okay, we're talking numbers here. I love when Italian guys are like, all right, we got 30% difference. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about unders. Let's talk about underdogs. I'm going to give you my first one, Trilly. You know I'm a big 6-bet guy for our straights. And I told you on the off show, I love this week. I think that this week is just a great week worth of football. I think it's going to be a lot
of good value. A lot of good value, as we like to say, as handicappers. God, what is up with this internet?
Am I going out again?
I don't know. I don't know if it's you or me. I got 3 bars.
I'm good. I got all.
I think AP's hogging the internet down there.
Tell them they got to get off.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're going into the yellow.
Me?
Yeah, you're going into the yellow. All right, let me hit it. My first pick. My first pick. I mean, I think it's kind of easy. I'm doing the under 51.5, Michigan to Detroit. You know, I think this is an easy pick for a couple reasons. I'm mainly gonna hammer on
Detroit, not Michigan.
Oh,
I was like,
and you were like, you were nodding along. You were like, all right, and then you were like, wait, he just lied. Yeah. Minnesota. A lot of reasons here why I'm taking the under 51.5 points. That's a lot of points, and it's a lot of points. All that Detroit has is scoring ability. They have no defense, but sooner or later, when you are working only one muscle and they put up 40 points last week, I don't see them being able to put up another 40-point game. The Vikings defense is legit. Now, can you explain to me why the Vikings are getting points here, though? They're getting 1.5 here.
I know. That's
Detroit's
what
I was minus 1.5.
This is the
and weirdest, I don't really understand that.
Like Detroit,
it's the weirdest line.
They're putting together a nice offensive display out there and finally getting back to it like they did at the start of the year. That was against the Jacksonville team. I mean, that's a little bit too much respect here. I mean, Minnesota is due for a clunker, but it's a 1:00 game. If this game was at 4:00, I would think that Kirk Cousins might not perform. If this was a Sunday night or Monday night game, then I would think, okay, fine, I like that line for Detroit. But them catching a point here with Minnesota, they are a good team. They got a good defense.
They are.
They can move the ball on offense, whether they run it or get it to Jay Jetta out there. That is definitely weird. That's why I was going to say when we talked about this game, I probably wouldn't touch it because there's too many funny things going on there for me to pick a side.
But that's why I like not touching either team and just touching the points. I think this is going to be a big Dalvin Cook game. I think that Minnesota is going to dominate time of possession here. They're going to look to not give Detroit the ball because they know that Detroit can score, like we said. But going to my further point, you only work one muscle group. Sooner or later, it's going to fail. Mm-hmm. They'll still be able to score, but they're going to slow down. Minnesota is going to look to keep the ball in their hands, give it to Dalvin, smash and run, smash and run, smash and run, get a few points in.
No, I like that a lot, honestly.
Under 51.5.
I like that take. The points, I mean, obviously saying otherwise that these two offenses are cooking, but I like that point that they're going to get the ball to Dalvin's hand, try to slow it down a little bit, and force a couple turnovers because they're very susceptible to doing that. Jared Goff and fumbling the ball with Swift and Williams. So yeah, I like that. My favorite under probably. I'm looking at your team a little bit, but 36. That's not a lot of points.
Correct.
So I'm a little afraid to take the under of that game. But
especially if the Ravens only just scored 10.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't take a lot to get over that. And I like the Steelers offense. I think Huntley can surprise you a little bit.
Huntley can surprise. You must be smoking crack. I don't know what you like about Pickett. What do you like about this guy, dude? He's so
got big
bad.
hands. Big hands.
Oh, yeah. You do like a man with big hands. That is the truth.
And wears those gloves, too.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman. He's got class. What's your pick?
Yeah, now looking at it, right? We need to buy the new internet, new everything. I got the new mic. We just got to get the internet.
Hey, it's that Christmas time season. Happy holidays to all. Merry Christmas to all.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
Whatever you
celebrate.
We're all
here for it, and we're here to take your money, all right? That's because we're making
What a great way to segue that. We're all here for it, and we're here to take your money. Our job is to take money out of your bank account and put it into our bank account. That's our job.
But to help you make money at the same time, also giving you these picks. They're free, so we'd always love a little bit of support. You know, I'm just starting to kind of work with, I've been talking to Harry about it, NJ Betting Guru. Go follow him on Instagram, YouTube. Let him know that I sent you. I'm working with him a little bit. It's an interesting situation there. He seems like a good guy, but he sells his picks, does very well. He's got a big bet tonight. So go check out whether it hits or not on the YouTube page, because I'm going to be posting a video once we're wrapping this up. But again, we're giving it out for free here. We're giving you winners. We're hitting over 60% on the season. We're locked and loaded. We're making money. We're having fun with it. And you just love us. We're cute. We're good looking guys. And the next best pick I'm giving you right now is under 41.5 Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Great pick. Tell me why. Break it down for me, because I think I already know why, but give the audience the appetizer and then hit them with that sirloin.
Tennessee can't score points. Jacksonville, they can, but Trevor Lawrence is banged up. He might not play in this game.
I heard he got his hair pulled out.
What?
I heard he got his hair pulled out.
Yeah, he's got everything. He's getting beat up down there.
He is getting beat up.
When they're on, they can score points, but he's banged up. ETN's banged up. A couple of their wide receivers are banged up. They're your only hope on scoring points. Or maybe you got the effect of Tennessee. We just got our butt kicked, and Mike Vrabel wants to make a statement because they are a good team and try to run up the score, but I just don't see them having the firepower, especially if Burks is out, Treylon Burks, their wide receiver, that they stupidly drafted instead of keeping A.J. Brown. But, hey, I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. It's good for me, not for you, so I don't care. But he's your only weapon, and if he's questionable with a concussion and he doesn't play too, take the under. I love that.
I love it too. And, Trilly, I think that it honestly is sort of off of the point that I was making about Minnesota-Detroit. I think, again, the way that Tennessee wins this game is that they capitalize on what they couldn't do against the Eagles. They want to prove that they can still run the ball. They don't want to give Jacksonville an opportunity to score. We're just going to let Derrick Henry run. We're going to keep the ball, keep time of possession, grind it out, force you to tackle him, and then maybe we'll give a cheap shot pass over the middle. But mainly, we're just going to keep feeding him the ball. And that takes time because, yes, Derrick Henry can absolutely get away, but he's going to get tackled at some point. I love the pick, under 41.5. Okay. I'm going to move to my next under, or my next underdog. I think
I got a big number here that I like.
Okay, you go.
And it has to do with the frauds. It's a Texas Bowl going on. Houston Texans, Dallas Cowgirls, plus 17.5. Too many points. Too many points. Dallas has blown a couple teams out recently, as of late.
Way too many points. But Dallas isn't good enough to get that good of a line. They're just not. They're just not.
It's disrespectful. And the other team gets paid to play too, that cliche. But Houston has a decent team. Decent. Mm-hmm. Give the ball to Dameon Pierce. Give it to him 30-plus times. They're going to milk the clock. Dallas isn't going to be able to get that big of a lead. The only way it happens is if they get those pick sixes, those fumbles that they got in the fourth quarter. You forget, the Colts, it was a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter. And they threw up 30 points in the fourth just because Matt Ryan is just elder abuse, got absolutely demolished. No help at all. A couple guys fumble it. Got ugly.
It did get up. That's the only way to say it. It got extremely ugly. Okay, I got a point. So you're taking that. You're taking the 17?
Yeah, I'll take
the 17. You know what? I'm gonna roll with you, and I'm gonna take it too. That's gonna be one of our locks that we're telling people to hammer. I'm taking Houston plus 17. Trilly broke it down. Dallas is not good enough to deserve that line. I don't care that Houston is the worst team in the National Football League. Dallas is not Philadelphia. Dallas is not Buffalo. Dallas is not Kansas City. You cannot be favored by more than 10 points, in my opinion, really against anybody. I don't believe in it. You're Dallas. You automatically always have holes.
Double digit favorites this year have been absolutely terrible too.
Have been terrible, yes.
Absolutely terrible.
And this time they're not due. But I wanna bring up something really quickly. I want to see if I can find the score. What was the score of the last Cleveland-Cincinnati game? What was the score of that game?
I don't know.
On October 31st, it was 13-32. Browns won because the Bengals lost that game. That's right. The over hit in that game, I remember that. 45. I think the over was like at 40 or 41 if I remember that game. Right now, this line, Trilly, it's at home, Cincy back-to-back weeks at home. They're minus 5.5 against Cleveland. Cleveland coming off a big win due to their defense, due to their special teams. Deshaun didn't perform. It's time for him to step up. But these points to me are interesting. The over-under is 46.5. I think that this is where it splits. I think the under happens here, but I don't know if it happens at this point total. My question is do I take the over or do I take an alternate spread with the under? Do I do an alternate spread at 48.5 or do I just take the over at 46? I don't know. I'm a little worried.
Do you like the Browns in this game or do you like Cincy, but you just think?
I like Cincy, but I don't like for the over to hit again because the over hit the first time because the Browns overperformed when it was 13-32. Do I see that Cincy has the ability to score a ton? Yes, I do. But like we just said in the beginning of the show, Cleveland still has a real defense.
Yeah.
Whether they don't have a legit offense or not, that's we're waiting still to find that out with Deshaun. But they've got a legitimate defense.
And the way they're going to find their offense out is running the football.
Correct.
And running the football kills time, and it's terrible for overs.
But is that too low of a point total at 46.5?
No, I don't think so.
Tell me why. Talk me into it because I want to take to it. I want to take it, but I'm nervous.
You think about it. I mean, I see the Bengals winning this game, right? Like
yes.
24-17. That's an under. Like I don't see the Bengals scoring 30+ points in this football game. That's the only real way
Agreed.
I really see this over hitting. I don't see Cleveland really scoring points unless they get another defensive or special teams touchdown in this football game.
Yeah.
Unless Deshaun figures it out somehow. In game 2, which I just don't see. What I was saying earlier, it's going to take some time. So, I mean,
I'm taking the under 46.5.
Maximum scoring 17 for Cleveland. And
I would totally agree with that.
Now you would have to worry about the Bengals offense popping off, but we like that defense in Cleveland.
I like that defense.
So I like the under.
And I like the defense here because
buy some points if you like it. I don't hate that.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you the other reason why I really like taking the under here because Cleveland's main objective in this is to ruin Cincy season. Their objective is to keep them off of the heel. They kind of got a college vibe here. It's to keep them away from getting close to the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't hate
I'm to take the under 46.5. So those are my 3. Minnesota, Detroit, under 51.5. Houston, plus 17. Cleveland, Cincinnati, under 46.5. Trilly, what's your unders?
I like Houston, 17.5. Jacksonville, under 41.
Absolutely. All right, let's go into our overs and our faves. You start us off.
All right. Overs, you know me. Big overs guy. I got the Gobbler jacket coming in. I got to go to Zach Bosch up in smelly New Jersey, up in
the Boginator.
Emerson, New Jersey. Got to go up there to go get the jacket. But it'll be good to see the boy. Hopefully he doesn't stink up the jacket before
That's this weekend. You're seeing him?
I don't know. I got to talk with him. I think the jacket came in, so
that might be a bad day.
What?
That might not be a good day.
I can't this weekend. Maybe the following. We'll have to look into it. Might have to. I don't know. Whatever. Busy schedule here at the Cold One Conversations podcast.
Busy.
So whenever you see us, feel free to say hello. We love talking with you guys.
We do.
We love our followers, our subscribers. Make sure you subscribe. Press the button. Leave a comment.
Wherever it is.
Give us your favorite pick of the week. We're all here to share. We're all here to make money together.
Tell me about the stash.
And we all love betting overs. If you bet unders, you're lame, you're boring, but you're probably smart, but the overs are catching up. They're catching up big time. And my favorite over is in the Buffalo Bills New York Jets game.
Really?
Mike White is going to be able to score some points.
Okay.
And the Bills losing that first game, they're going to be out for blood. They might score 40 points themselves.
Uh-huh.
They're finally getting going again. They took care of business up in New England. They've had an extra little bit of time to get healthy, to work on it, to watch the film the first time they played the Jets, and they're going to come out for blood. They're going to score 30+ points, if not 40. Mike White's good for a touchdown or two. I like it. 43.5. Book it.
So we're going to roll back this clip. We're going to clip this. This is going to be one of our shorts that we post, and we're going to find out who's right on Sunday because I'm going to tell you I'm going to push back on this game.
All right.
Because I think that Saleh to the Bills is Belichick to Miami. I think that somehow Saleh's got a script for Josh Allen with this defense. I think he's got a script for Diggs. I think that the loss of Von Miller is major in that it's going to make Jet fans go crazy that Mike White's not going to get sacked that much this game.
Exactly.
He'll get hit.
That means points.
I don't know, man.
I could be wrong and it could be closer, but I still think there's points to be scored. It doesn't matter who scores them.
We're gonna off camera. We're gonna do a friendly wager on it. We're not gonna say because we don't want to make people feel bad about the units, but whoever wins it is gonna get a taste. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'll bet you what I just got paid in Apple.
No.
An FTX stock.
Bad day to be Tom. Nobody's going after him for endorsing that guy.
No. Yeah, nobody's going after the guy.
But yeah, this isn't that show.
The actual guy. Nobody's going after him.
We'll make a separate show called Numbers, and we'll just specifically talk about fraud. All right. My first, listen, I got to ride with him.
That's not this show. This show isn't fraudulent.
That's right. This show is not fraudulent. Listen, dude, it's my first, I haven't bet him in a while. It's my first favorite of the day. Philly -7.
Hell yeah, brother.
On the road. And this is scary because this is an in-division rivalry. It's in New York. But I don't care that they just put up 35 points. The Eagles are the real deal here. And yes, I like the Giants. I've praised them a lot this season, but the Eagles have separated and no one else is recognizing that beyond Eagles fans and myself. The Eagles have separated from everybody else and this podcast from everybody else in this league. They are above and beyond the Giants. They are above and beyond Washington. They're above and beyond Dallas, even though I think Dallas can play them the tightest and in-division rivalries can always be different. I'm a big proponent of that. But they're going on the road, and once again, I think that they're going to win, and I think they're going to win big. I think that Jalen Hurts is going to look to throw less this game. He wants to set up the run game, get close, have Jason Kelly open up that asshole, the Giants, and rush in for a tug, get everything he wants. I see them giving A.J. Brown so much love. And honestly, man, I think that the biggest thing that we're going to see from here is the last thing that I'll just make of my point. I think that this is going to be a game where the Eagles defense, even though, yes, it's been absolutely tremendous, I think that it's going to match to the same level as the offense did this past week. And I know that they obviously did, given that they kept the Titans to 10, but could I see the Eagles, getting a safety, maybe forcing a fumble in the red zone? You get a pin down punt within the 5, the way that they're going to be coming at Danny Dimes. Could I see you forcing a fumble, picking it up in the end zone? Yes, I could. Eagles -7.
Yeah, man. I'm getting excited. I'm getting jacked up.
Yep.
Here just listening to you talk because I like it. I haven't been able to get, stroked a little bit and tell me how good my team is.
You got to hear it, man. When you got it, you got it.
It's nice. It's nice. You don't hear it
when
all
you got
the
the juice, you got the juice.
My biggest thing, right, is how are they going to beat the team this week? This Giants team is a lot, almost similar, very similar records, if not the exact same record as the team you just played.
Yeah.
Same script of winning, head coaches coaching their teams, decent to okay QB play, good running backs, if not great running backs.
Right.
Serviceable defenses that can, if they keep you under an X amount of points, 17 or whatnot, and maybe get a turnover or two, they give you a chance to win the game. Both teams, the Titans and the Giants.
Yep.
Same exact scripts.
Same exact script. And
the same exact script is about to go down this past week or this upcoming week.
You think you put up that many points? Honestly, would you? Team total?
James Bradbury wants to murder this Giants offense.
Give me a team total.
He is going to pick 6. Take it to the house.
Woo, to the crib.
The Eagles haven't had one since he did it week 1 against Detroit. He's going back to the Giants stadium where he played for the past couple of years. He was an all-pro, got released after an all-pro Pro Bowl season, and comes to a team that loves him, adores him, and gives him all the love in the world, and he's going to make a difference. He's made a difference all year, and Danny Dimes has got nothing. This team has got nothing. They were fun while it lasted, New York Giants. You're getting your ass absolutely handed to you this week. It is what it is.
Hey,
it's factual.
It is what it is.
Team total for the Eagles?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it real quick. First half spread. No, we want team total.
If I had to give a team total right now, it would be 28.5.
Eagles. 20. What did you say?
I said 28.5.
26.5.
Hey, I'm close. I'm a little over on the prices.
The
On the prices right, I'd be bitching and complaining.
I would take the over there for the Eagles for sure. They're scoring 30.
Yeah.
No. Because the way that they can run, they haven't had an explosive run, really. They haven't had a touchdown run for longer than 25 yards this season.
Go sign Marshawn.
Take him out. No.
I would buy that jersey.
Hey, Miles said that would be a fire jersey. He's been getting in trouble a little bit too much. He's opened his mouth a little bit too much.
Going a little crazy.
And drinking a little too much and driving too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a DUI. I don't know. Whatever.
At Cold Ones, we do not behind the wheel. But that's us.
We're sitting here behind the desk, behind the mic, behind the nice mic. What do you think of this mic?
Yeah, tell me about that. Break that down for the people. What are we talking there? Was that a little? It's a little weird you kissing that the way you're kissing it. But the point being is, was that a pretty penny?
Yeah, bro, it was a good chunk of change.
Was
Thanks
it
all you out there for listening. It's the Shure, MS7P, I believe the mic is. Look it up. It's what all the big podcasters use. I was looking into it. I'm like, I've been trying to upgrade everything, the camera, the lighting, the mic, and I've made an okay amount of money this past year. I had a little bit saved up. I was like, hey, help ourselves out. We want to commit to this. We want to commit to this podcast, to my show, to other shows moving forward. Let's spend the money. Let's get the quality up. That's what we want moving forward. Did it. Good. Look it up. You'll see the price, but it's not just that. You got to buy other stuff too that you didn't know about. You got to get you got to get this, the whole thing. You got to get
the bar,
the XLR cables. You got to get the switcher. You got to get a booster for it. It adds up. And I want to thank all you guys out there for listening and supporting this show and my show at BSP Podcast, because that's what makes it all happen. That makes me want to keep pushing me and Harry to do even better and better things. And
we love you.
And our bets. We love you. They're hitting a lot too, so that helps.
Make a lot of money.
Where were we at? You're
hitting me with your faith. You're hitting me with a faith.
We were getting to a heart to heart a little bit there.
You were we were breaking down the Eags.
Yeah.
You were breaking down the microphone. You love I love the Eags. I love the Eags. You said that like a grandfather talking to his grandson. I love the Eags. I love the Eags. All right, give me a fucking over or a favorite.
Favorite 9.5 Kansas City Chiefs over the Denver Broncos.
Great pick.
Lock that up.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, maybe Broncos will be able, their defense, to hold them close within the number, but if the same thing here, Kansas City can score over 17 points, they're covering this football game. I mean, we haven't really even touched on Russell Wilson and that team. What is going on, Harry?
Remember when I had them winning the division?
Yeah. Go back and watch that very first episode.
What a
wild
joke.
division that AFC West is.
And it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
We were expecting. I
said the Chiefs weren't going to win it. I had the Chargers.
You had the Chargers winning it.
The Chargers are probably the next best in it, but
without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt. We had Derek Carr. Derek Carr goes right after freaking Russell went to Denver. The Raiders get Derek Carr or get Devontae Adams. And we were just saying every time, over under for each one of these in-division games going to be over 53.5.
Yeah.
And then Denver and the Raiders can't stop shitting the bed.
Ugly.
I mean, I think we've proved what's his name can't be a head coach, by the way. I mean, they might still make the playoffs, but still, God, does he suck?
Who?
With the talent he has as coach, the Raiders head coach. Why can't I remember his name? Yeah, he sucks. Or it's either that or he can't work in that division.
Yeah,
because he's basically having the same result he had when he was coaching in Denver.
Yeah.
All right, let me go to my next.
A bit of a win streak now.
They are.
As of right now, when we're recording, yesterday night at 11:22. Yeah. What is the score to that game? It was 16-3 last I saw. Wow.
I'm looking
Wow.
right now.
Wow.
17-16 Rams win. What am I telling you, dude? This is what I'm saying. How do the Raiders lose that game? How do you lose with the talent that you have? They picked up Bakey May off
Baker,
the
baby,
street.
let's go.
Off the street. He was homeless. He didn't have a dollar to his name. And he wins. Rocking the number 17 is going to get to rock the classic 6.
Wow.
God bless him. God bless the Rams.
I was ready to hype them up. I'm like, hey, they've been winning some games. They're on like
Fuck
a 4
the
or 5
Raiders.
game win streak. Wow.
Wow is right, dude.
That
Raiders
was a
fall to
live
5 and
reaction
8.
right there. We're clipping that bad boy, putting it out there.
100% we are. We're going to end
Raiders,
the show.
Done.
Go ahead.
Done. That's all.
We're going to end the show talking about Baker. Okay. Let me go to my next favorite. I keep debating whether or not I'm going to I'm going to make that an alternate spread. We'll do that later. I'm saving that for the end of the show for my HTL. My next fave or my next over, I'm deciding between 2 games here, and I don't really know what to do here, boss. But I think I just got to go for it. I'm going Miami -3. I'm going Miami -3 on the road. On the road to the Chargers. They lose big against the 49ers. A loss that they did not want. The teacher once again beating the student in Shanahan beating the nerd, which happens. But at the end of the day, Tua is the real deal. Jack McLaughlin and I talk about it every single night. Tua's finally found his system, bro. I think he's finally going to have a coaching staff that supports him. He's got real weapons. This Miami defense should have been a lot better this season than they were, but hey, they're still decent. I had them pretty much as a top 3 to top 5 defense, and they've definitely fallen at times, but they step up when they need to. Waddle and Tyreek Hill obviously are just menaces on the field. And on top of that, Tua's got great vision when his hands aren't freaking out in front of his face. Take the -3 Miami on the road.
I like that. I was looking for possibly a lock. But ooh. Harry, let's get into it here. The Harry and Philly locks. We have been rock solid on these. I think we've only lost 1 week out of 13. Where
we'll go with that. That might be a lie, but we'll go with it. Yep.
Our locks. And my first lock, my lock of the week. Seattle Seahawks -4 over the Carolina Panthers.
Nice pick.
This Panthers team is kind of...
That's a great pick.
Not disarray, but how are they going to score? I mean, if PJ Walker, Sam Darnold, I don't care. The Seahawks team's good. They're good. They know how to score points. Their defense is figuring it out, but I just don't see a way that they don't win this game by a touchdown. It makes me a little nervous saying to take the Seahawks, but I'm not getting nervous about this. I like it. I'm not even going to probably even have to watch this game. I don't think. Who's putting this on other than Red Zone? The 4 points, take it. Seattle Seahawks. That's my lock.
Well, I like the pick. I'm not going to add much more to it because we still got to go to our parlay. So I'm going to hit it with mine. And I'm not only am I guaranteeing this pick, I'm giving you money. I'm letting you play with house money here. You're playing with plus money. We're taking an alternate spread. If you've been listening since the beginning of the season, you know how much I love the alternate spread. And I don't give a fuck that they looked awful against Denver. I'm riding with my babies. I'm riding with my 2-time champs. I'm riding with my Army Green right now. I got the Baltimore Ravens. They're +1.5. We're not doing that shit. They're on the road to Pittsburgh because New Year's Day on 1/1, we're playing them in-house in Baltimore. But right now, we got to go on the road. We got to go on the road with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley's got something to prove. Can I maybe get Lamar out the door, get some more money for myself, be a 12-week quarterback? That's in the back of Huntley's mind. And Huntley beats the biggest rivalry for this organization. Automatically, that drops Lamar more. That's huge.
Yeah, huge for the
That's
Ravens.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's massive for us. That puts us again ahead of the division. This is what we need. This is a game that we desperately need to win the AFC North. We must win this game. So I am flipping the script. I am not going with the +1.5. I am so confident in my birds that you are taking them -1.5. That's plus
That's it?
118, Trilly. I'm going with the safe bet. I'm flipping it. I'm doing the 180. I'm not doing a 180, 360, 75. I'm just doing the minus one
I
and a
was
half.
waiting for you to say like 6.5. I would have liked it at 6.5.
But then I get too greedy. I'm just going to take the 1.5. That's easy. That's easy spread to cover.
What is 2.5? Win by
2.5, I think, is 188 compared to 118. 2.5, minus 1.5 is 118, minus 2.5 is 128. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Right.
Minus 1.5, Baltimore Ravens. Alternate spread.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Because I like it that much. We gave you the locks. We gave you a couple of our picks.
Yep.
Gone through most of the games. We're probably going to touch on the last couple here as we give this parlay where we've hit 3 times on the year. We're rocking and rolling. We're just barely missing. We're locked in. I got my boy, NJ Betting Guru. Make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube page. Giving me a little bit of advice, a little bit of tips here and there. Been looking at his picks.
A little bit of cold hard cash.
And what I'm liking a lot from all the information, the computer in my brain.
The numbers machine. The numbers.
The first one, I like that. Minus 1.5. Let's put that in the parlay. Ravens.
Okay. Wow. All right. We're starting off. So we're already starting out with big money. I'm going to do the stats because this is a bone-in type bet. This is bone-in. Got it?
I like it.
What's
I
your
like
next
that one
one?
a lot. All right. And then I'm going to go for my next pick for the parlay, right?
Yep.
One of the games that we have not talked about, there's only one or two, sorry. And I'm going to take the under. And I don't like taking unders.
No, you don't. So this is big. This is breaking news. This is Dr. Phil type shit.
37.5 Tampa Bay 49ers.
I'm glad you touched that game and not me, but I like that pick, the under 37.5. I think that's great. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah.
I was nervous to touch it. I just didn't know where to go, but I think that you made the best decision. Listen, the 49ers lose Jimmy G. Tampa Bay still got a decent defense.
They
49ers got the pieces
with Brock, though. That's the biggest thing that I'm a little bit.
But they're going against the GOAT.
Tampa can still, their defense is still legit.
Yeah, and Tampa can manipulate. I like it. Under 37.5. This is, dude, the 49ers are taking a massive step back now. They're not in it anymore. They're done. I love it. Under 37.5. Okay. For my first pick in the parlay, and
by the way,
taking.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. I was just trying to fill.
Okay, now I'm going to do something really crazy here. Okay, I'm going to do something crazy because if this hits when we place this is going to be probably the biggest parlay that we hit of the year. But I'm putting it really in jeopardy. But here we go. Jets money line.
All right. I mean, that goes against a lot of what I was talking about, but I guess we'll talk units off camera here.
Off camera
for that bet.
Oh well. That goes against a lot of what you said. Is that fading you?
No. Go for it. Fade me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not Bosco.
We're here for money, bitch. We're here for money.
Yeah,
we're here for money.
I'm fine with that.
I like it. Jets money line on the road.
I'm okay with losing one bet if it means the parlay hits. I'm okay with that.
Plus 370.
Jets money line. All right. What's the next part to wrap it out here? And then we'll give you the numbers.
Next part to wrap it out. Here we go. I'm doing it. Cincy minus 5.5.
Cincy minus 5. Yeah, I like that too.
15. You ready for this?
This is going to be a juicy one here.
This is going to be a massive one.
Mm-hmm.
15 to win 533.
Nice.
That is fucking massive. That's massive. But the question is, I'm rethinking this pick though. Now I'm rethinking this pick because at the end of the day, Buffalo's the better team. And I think that they can scheme him, but can they beat him? No, because they got Josh Allen. We're taking it off the board. I got to keep this honest. I want to win money, not just throw money away. And we're betting 15. We don't care what the units are. The bet's off. We're redoing the numbers.
If they didn't beat them earlier in this year.
Yes.
I would have liked
That's what
that,
just hit me.
Yeah.
That's what just hit me. They already got their win in.
They
It's
already
time
got
for
the
Buffalo
win.
to split. Right. Okay. So I'll take the Jets plus 10, though. I'll take the Jets plus 10.
That's fine.
That brings it 15 to win 211. Not a bad day. That's dinner and a show, bitch.
Yeah, it's a good day in the office right there. We got, what am I missing that I'm not putting in here?
I got -1.5 Ravens, Jets plus 10, Cincy -5.5, under
Cincy.
Tampa Bay, San Fran.
Cool. All right.
15 to 11.
Hey, I love that right there. Bang, placed, locked, and loaded. Go check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Brendan Petrilli at Harry Heaps _. We're having a lot of fun with it. We hope you are too. We're here to make you money, here to have a lot of fun with it. Shout out to the 215. Go Birds, baby.
We only got one quick issue that we got to address. Our subs are kind of topping off. We're stuck at that 50 number. You're still giving us our views. We're looking to bump it up. Comment to us. Tell us what you think is not getting us those subs, because we want to give you guys the content that you're giving us. We're dedicated to this thing. We love you guys. And even if you want to be shitful, all you guys that fucking, when we have a bad day and we post about it, you cocksuckers come out of the win. And that's fine. But at least if you're gonna laugh at our demise, at least subscribe to it so you can see when it happens often, bitch. Cold One's Conversations out.
See ya, everybody.